Hello everybody and welcome to Yeshiva University Basketball, brought to you by Max Live. My name is David Schwartzman, being joined tonight by the one, the man, the myth, the legend, Zach Tuchman. It's the Yeshiva University Maccabees taking on the Farmingdale State Rams. On Tuesday night, YU defeated United States Merchant Marine Academy 75-57 here at the Max Stern Athletic Center. And Farmingdale State defeated Old Westbury 82-71 out in Old Westbury. In that game, Farmingdale Ram star Hunter Schenkel got fouled, went down, and ended up inducing a disqualification from this game due to an incident after that play. So, Zach, right off the bat, what's Farmingdale missing tonight, and how are they going to be able to get over the hump without Schenkel?
Yeah, so I think, David, you said it really well. Schenkel's an unbelievable shooter to replace for this Farmingdale State team. He shoots 42% from downtown. That's top 50 in the country, 15.7 points per game, their leading scorer, and just provides that senior leadership, even though he's a transfer, that this team really always looks out for. Other people are going to have to step up on this Farmingdale State team if they want to be competitive. I'm going to look for some extra ball movement, getting other people involved from this Ram team.
Saturday night, the Max took on St. Joe's, and Ryan Terrell in that game went down with a little bit of an injury. People were uncertain if he was going to come back and play Tuesday night, but there he was Tuesday night. What kind of impact did he have there, and what does he have to do tonight to really help the Max secure this W?
Yeah, so Ryan, I mean, he played it. There's a lot of speculation whether he's going to play, whether he's going to start. He actually played his usual minutes out there. That's a good sign. Coach Steinmetz probably wouldn't have pulled the trigger if he wasn't sure. And so Ryan actually got off to a little bit of a slow start, only 12 points, 3 of 9 shooting, well below his averages. But now we're 5 days removed from that injury on Saturday night. I think we're going to see Ryan good to go and attacking the basket early and often.
So it's the third straight year that the Max are participating in the semifinal game of the SKYLINE Conference. What do they have to do to make it 3 straight in the championship game?
Yes, I think this is very important. The first thing, as we mentioned earlier, this Ram team is unbelievable from downtown, third in the conference. YU's got to defend the 3-ball. Last time these two teams squared off, Farmingdale was only 4 for 18 from 3-point range. I don't think YU can bank on that happening again. They got to lock down the defenders. And secondly, they have to win the rebounding battle. Farmingdale State, the best team in the conference, averaging 42 rebounds a game, and top 28th, 34th best in the country on top of that. This team's going to come out scrappy. They're the underdog. They have nothing to lose. They have everything to prove, and I think it's going to be a scrappy game. YU's going to have to show they can win the defensive rebounding battle.
It's Yeshiva University looking for their 26th straight win and their 3rd trip to the SKYLINE Conference Championship. They'll take on the Rams when we come back.
Did you know that 90% of low back pain and sciatica can be treated without surgery? After a detailed evaluation, our physical therapists use gentle, hands-on techniques to alleviate most forms of low back pain. Our physicians have expertise in medication management, as well as a variety of interventional techniques, including trigger point injections. By utilizing a combination of these options, we can help you today. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey. The Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Emphasis is placed on manual techniques and individualized home exercise programs. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the broadcast. It's David Schwartzman, along with Zach Tuchman, coming to you live from the Max Stern Athletic Center on this Thursday night. And this is going to be an exciting one. This is a rivalry that we've seen develop over these last couple of years. Again, 2 years ago, this Maccabees team beat Farmingdale in the semifinal of the 2018 SKYLINE Conference playoff. Last year, though, Farmingdale getting their vengeance on the Max in the SKYLINE Conference Championship. And now this year, these two teams meet for the first time in the postseason in this house. So what's Farmingdale going to have to do to tame the Max and come out victorious and going back to the SKYLINE Conference Championship?
Yeah, so I think Farmingdale's going to have to take care of the ball. They have the most turnovers in the SKYLINE Conference per game, 18. That's just too many. They got to play a clean game, cannot be sloppy with the ball, and give YU chances to run. They love to do that. And secondly, you got to stop this three-headed monster of Yeshiva University in Simcha Halpert, Ryan Terrell, and Gabriel Leifer.
And the excitement can be felt in the air here. Adar coming upon us in the last couple of days. A bit of a cry from one of our own, Akiva Poppers, putting out the outcry for fan support tonight. Went viral. So a lot of people here, and you can kind of feel the tension in the room. It's kind of ready to erupt. We saw some chants to restart beforehand, so might get a little rowdy, a little loud in here in just a few minutes. We just heard Simcha Halper called. He's 14 points away from passing Max legend Ayal Hode in all-time scoring. The Max tonight wearing their white unis and white shorts in what is being called at the stadium the whiteout. Handing out white t-shirts before the game. You can probably see in the stands many of our faithful sporting the Adar Madness t-shirts. Farmingdale coming out in their green on green. Very slick jerseys on both sides if we're going to talk from a uni watch perspective. Max sporting the new Under Armours this year. And we're just about ready to get underway. So it's the Max and the Rams, SKYLINE Conference semifinal, and we're just about ready to get underway. For Farmingdale State, it's Chaz Platt, Corey Powell, Ryan Kennedy, Jermaine Fraser, and Deshaun Todman in to take tip against the Max own Gabe Leifer. He's joined by Simcha Halpert, Donnie Katz, Bar Aloof, and Ryan Terrell. Everyone's ready in this place. Tip one to the Max. Aloof for three. Just a bit short there.
Yeah, Max trying to get the crowd going with that quick shot by Bar Aloof.
Ryan Kennedy, he's going to be key for this Rams team tonight, hosting a lot of their three-pointers, and he's denied by Ryan Terrell.
Ankle looks fine there, David.
Always a little bit of some worry in my mind when Ryan goes up and comes down. Always want to see how that ankle's going to react, but it looked fine there. Leifer for three! And that just in about the same spot as Barr's shot before, so we still remain scoreless just about a minute into this contest.
Yeah, can't complain with that shot though. Great ball movement to get Leifer the open look from the top of the key.
Platt. Ryan Kennedy, the three-point man, trying to give himself some room from the arc. There goes Platt for three. No good. They'll say Max ball went off Powell. So with 18:46 left to play, the Maccabees take the ball out and look to be the first ones to score.
Yeah, good defense there, and Platt getting a bump in minutes due to the Schenkel suspension. We'll see what he can do with his extended time.
So it's the Max looking to get on the board first. Let's go Max chants erupting from the crowd. 10, 9, 8, 7. Shot clock winding down, 5 seconds left. Terrell! And there go the first 2 points for the Maccabees. It's Ryan Terrell.
That's his spot. Mid-range game, Ryan Terrell. They say it's a lost art. Ryan Terrell has perfected that one this season for the Max.
So give Terrell 2. Platt the other way, gives it to Fraser. Corey Powell, the youngster, he's one of the younger guys on this squad. He's been seeing a lot of minutes, though, taken by the Max's very own Leifer. 2-on-1 in transition if they're lucky. Here goes Gabe, and he misses, but Ryan Terrell comes for the rebound. And so they'll readjust. 17:40 left to play here in the first half. It's Max 2, Rams nothing. Maccabees ball. Terrell looking over his options. Tries getting around Todman. And they'll say it went off of Todman.
I think a little bit of nerves going on here, David. 2-0, 2.5 minutes into the game. I don't think either team was expecting to come out like this.
Maccabees, who have been coming out a little bit rusty in these past couple of contests. Personally, what's gone really unnoticed in my eyes is the fact that they're looking to go for 26 straight. Haven't lost since November. Haven't lost on the East Coast yet. Ryan Kennedy has it for the Rams.
You see that man-to-man defense in his face, not giving him any room whatsoever on the outside.
Ryan Kennedy trying to shake off Terrell. Max fans wanted the offensive foul for Donnie Katz, but to no avail. 16:47 left to play here in the first half. It's Max 2, Rams nothing. Donnie Katz for 3. That's just a little bit too much on that shot.
And Farmingdale's been daring Donnie Katz to shoot from outside these last couple of possessions. Finally gives in there. But as you like to say, David, to no avail.
That is my famous last word. Ezra Appel called me out on it, and I'll live up to it. Platt down to Frazier, the big man. Sends to Tuchman going in. Still couldn't get on the board, but they're only down by 2, so 3+ minutes in, and it's quite the low-scoring game. Gabe Leifer trying to do something about it, and he does. You can give Gabe Leifer 4-0 Max.
Yeah, strong move by Leifer there. When the shots aren't falling, you got to go inside, and that's exactly what the Max do there for the easy bucket.
So Ryan Kennedy, who's had the ball in his hands a lot for Farmingdale tonight. Simcha Halpert called for the foul there.
And that's going to be an loose off-ball Simcha Halpert foul. A little bit of a check or a push the referee's calling on that one. Don't want to pick up fouls like that.
Defense chance coming from the crowd. Tuchman on Katz. Puts it up, no good. Farmingdale just not being able to find the inside of the hoop.
And so I'm a little bit worried for the Max. Farmingdale getting good looks here, just not able to convert. Those shots will fall.
Here goes a loop for 3. That's no good, but Ryan Terrell comes down for the rebound and the putback no good. So it stays 4-0.
I think something interesting to watch the next time down, David, is Ryan Terrell matched up on the much smaller Kennedy. Let's see if they can take advantage of that big mismatch in size.
Kennedy has hands on the ball as Farmingdale finds their way onto the board. Give Powell 2. So it's 4-2 Maccabees, 15:06 left to play here in the first half.
And that's the freshman Powell putting him on the board with this senior-laden team. Maybe he'll help him calm down. A little irony there.
As Aloof misses, but Leifer comes and picks out the garbage.
Right place, right time for Gabe Leifer. 2 points, position himself in a great place, and the easy putback.
So 6-2 Maccabees, 14:43 left to play here in the first half. Ryan Kennedy driving, goes up and denied again by Ryan Terrell. He's had his hands in the way of many Farmingdale plays. Leifer for 3. Yes! Give Gabe Leifer 3. Gabe Leifer from downtown. What a shot. And it makes it 9-2 Maccabees. Farmingdale timeout.
And Gabe Leifer open. And they've gone to him early and often here. 7 of the first 9 here for the Max. Same as last game, put him on his back early. And let's see if he could continue that after the timeout. Smart timeout by the coach here. Want to slow down this run. Don't want this lead to get out of hand too early. Still plenty of time left in this game.
Yishanich Nasadar chance coming back out again. Something that was seemingly lacking during last game. What's great about these SKYLINE Conference playoff games is they always end up being right around Adar, and it could not have been a more perfect story the last game against Merchant Marine, where it was literally on Rosh Chodesh, which for anybody who doesn't know is the first day of the Hebrew month.
Maybe that's the inspiration for the white jerseys, the white t-shirts. I don't know, David.
What Zach is referencing is customarily we wear white on the first day of the month. So Anthony Miller, who checked into the game, puts 2 in for Farmingdale State. 14:08 left to play here in the first half. It's 9-4 in favor of Max. Here goes Terrell up with that, and with a man in his face, he puts in 2.
A strong finish there by Ryan Terrell.
Always a little bit nerve-wracking when Ryan comes down, and the play that he got injured on, he got caught on that back wall as a 3 attempt from Platt, no good. Frazier goes up, and he's denied by Leifer, and they're going to call the foul. They'll call actually a jump ball, it will go Farmingdale's way. But as I was saying, a little bit nerve-wracking when Ryan comes down. He likes to take big jumps and come down beyond the basket, and that wall, which he tripped on in that game just 5 days ago, it was a bit of a scare. But no harm, no foul, I believe is what they say. Shout out to Max senior Tyler Hode. It's his birthday today, turning 23. Simcha Halpert looking to break Tyler's uncle's points record. Sanat in the game for Farmingdale. He's driving. Donnie Katz playing stickler defense on him. Tries going up, no good. Frazier gets it denied by Leifer. Back up, no good again. And they'll say it's Maccabee's ball, and that's what's going to get the crowd into it.
Great defensive stand there by Leifer. That's 2 blocks in 2 possessions. Great rim protection there, bailing out your teammates. We love to see that.
So 13:23 left to play here in the first half. 11-4 Maccabees. Ofek Reef, who's in the game, for 3. Oh, just off the mark. A little bit too much to the right on that corner 3.
Yeah, Dave, you'll see that play run often with the back screen to free up the good shooter. One of the Maccabees' favorite plays. Look for that a couple next time down.
Platt tried, that was Corey Powell tried getting that in. It went off of the backboard, and it'll be Maccabee's ball with 13 left to play here in the first. Also playing tonight as we speak, Purchase and Sarah Lawrence as Ofek Reef gets 2 more on the board.
Yeah, Ofek seems to come off the bench every single game and provide that spark plug. Last game had that dunk that went absolutely viral on Twitter and Instagram. And let's see if he can keep that energy going after that bucket there.
As Ryan Terrell, a good defensive play, and really putting his body out on the line here in this one, as they're going to call the travel on Platt.
Farmingdale State has got to calm down, David. This crowd, I think, is getting to their head. They can't run their offense smoothly, and they are out of sorts.
So 12:30 left to play. Max up by 9, 13-4. Eitan Halpert into the game for the Max, so the young Max seeing some time early on in this contest. That pass from Terrell taken away by Frazier. Now it's taken in by Miller. Miller going up with it. And they'll say he was fouled on his way up. He hit the shot, so he'll head to the line to try to make a 3-point play.
Yeah, that's going to be a blocking foul there. Ofek was not set. Miller converts off the bench. Anthony Miller Jr. came off the bench this game. He had 19 points, the leading scorer for Farmingdale their last time out. Actually, a fun fact, David, Anthony Miller Jr., the best free throw shooter in the SKYLINE Conference at 87%, 31st in the country. Anthony Miller, let's see if he can convert at the line here for the 3-point play.
He hits it. So lead cut down to 6. Gabe Leifer, who has been a little bit quiet in terms of points the last couple of weeks, has 7 so far tonight, leading the game. So he's looking at a big night for the Maccabees.
Ofek takes it in there with absolutely no fear at the much bigger 6'8" Sanat and draws the foul. They're going to call it on the floor. That was interesting. Ofek, I think, seems to be pleading his case.
Dominique Sanat, who last time these two met, which was 2 Saturday nights ago, he got a ton of playing time for this Farmingdale Rams team. As Ofek Reef wasn't quite sure what he was going to do, ends up missing, and it's Rams ball. Defense chance. Sanat sinks it from just about a foot behind the free throw line.
If Sanat's going to hit that, Mac's going to have a lot of problems with that 6'8" height. Can shoot over almost anyone on their team. It's going to be tough to guard.
As a beauty of a pass from Katz to Terrell. Give Terrell 2, 15-9 Max. The smaller Anthony Miller Jr. And taken away by Terrell. Given to Eitan Halpert. Halpert going with it behind the back to Terrell. He goes up. And that's easy for Terrell. Give him 2. 17-9 Maccabees. 11:03 left to play.
A very unselfish play there by Ryan Terrell. Saw Miller trying to foul him. Gave it up to Eitan Halpert to continue on the fast break, and it led to 2 more points for the Max. And another timeout by Coach Twomey.
Farmingdale timeout. As you see, Terrell, just a beautiful takeaway and a beautiful behind-the-back pass from Halpert. And that's just easy for Ryan Terrell, who, again, we thought potentially wouldn't be playing tonight. Saturday night, that did not look too promising. Taken off the court and he could not walk. But he is here playing tonight, and he has 8 points tonight so far.
Yeah, David, the concern throughout the Washington Heights on Sunday and Monday were palpable. Ryan Terrell, we already spoke about it in the pregame, only 3 for 9 in the last game, but already here, 4 field goals, 4 for 6 and 8 points, already surpassing his total in field goals made from the previous game. We said he was going to attack early and often, and he has done just that. Max lead by 8, just over 11 minutes to go in the first half.
Caleb Malopsky, the big man who's seen a lot of minutes over these last few months for the Maccabees, checks into the game. The young Maccabees, as I like to call them, all in right now. Malopsky, Reef, and Halpert. Ofek Reef, who's looking at a potential Rookie of the Year for the SKYLINE Conference.
Yeah, Dave, this could be your starting lineup next year for your Yeshiva University Maccabees. As you said, not looking forward to next year yet, but just a little hint.
Well, we have a potentially special year still ahead of us this year. But first, the Maccabees would have to get through the Rams. 10:53 here to go in the first half. Miller Jr. puts it up. No good, taken down by Leifer. The Rams have been giving a little bit of a fuss for those boards. Not making it so easy on the rebound king, Gabe Leifer.
The Rams back into their man after a couple possessions of zone. I guess they realized that was not going to work out for them, or maybe just trying to flip back and forth. We'll see what they stick with.
Corey Powell fouled by Terrell.
Ryan Terrell a little bit greedy there, try to start another one of those fast breaks. He's going to check out for Simcha Halpert.
Simcha Halpert, as we mentioned, 14 points away from passing Ayal Hode in scoring. As Ryan Kennedy sinks the 3, brings the Farmingdale score up to 12, so it's 17-12 Maccabees.
Yeah, we talked about Kennedy in the pregame, an absolute sniper from downtown, 21st in the country, 44.4%. Unbelievable shooter.
Gabe Leifer for 3. Just off the mark. Good box out job by Farmingdale. You know that's true when Anthony Miller comes down with the rebound. Nothing against Miller.
And my dad likes to say, if the small guy comes with the rebound, everyone did their job.
And Miller on the other end gets fouled on his way up. So 9:35 left to play here in the first half. 17-12 Maccabees. Both teams again looking to head to the conference championship. If the Macs win, it'll be here on Sunday. And in order for Farmingdale to host, they would need Sarah Lawrence to be purchased. Speaking of Sarah Lawrence and Purchase, with 6:24 left to play in the first half, Purchase has a comfy 15-point lead on Sarah Lawrence, 29-14. We will try to give you as many updates on that game as possible, as that has big ramifications on what happens tonight here.
David, I don't know if you like this comparison, but Miller for the Rams is kind of like our little Ofek for the Macs. A great spark plug off the bench to get the added scoring punch when the first team needs a break.
And so the Macs lead cut down to just 3, but great player comp, if I say so myself. Trey Riggins in the game for Farmingdale.
10, 9, 8, 20.
9:12 left to play here in the first half. 17-14 Maccabees. Last year, due to snowstorms, this game was played on a Friday afternoon. Not so ideal as Ofek Reef with a beautiful play, beautiful put-in, 19-14 Maccabees.
And so they teach you, I don't know if you're big, you just put your arms up there. No reason to jump. But Ofa gets the big man in the air and converts on the other side of the rim.
Ryan Kennedy, as there goes Miller Jr., no good, taken down by Malopsky easily. Lifer down to an open, Eitan Halpert, that's good. Eitan Halpert contributing to the cause. 21-14 Maccabees.
And Ryan Terrell pumping up the crowd here, about to check back into the game.
Miller Jr. for three, that's good. Anthony Miller Jr., you can give him 3 points. Lead cut to 4 for the Maccabees. 8-12 left to play here in the first half.
Yeah, why he's got to sag off for Miller because of his speed. But he hits the jumper in their face. Got to respect his driving and his shooting ability.
And so Anthony Miller Jr., who was pretty quiet the last time these two teams met, making his name and his play known here in the first 12.
He's got 10 of their 17 points, David. I think Wayu's got to put an emphasis on making sure he does not continue. Game's leading scorer to this point.
Maccabees ball, up 4. A little bit over halfway through this first half. 10, 9, 8, 7. As they'll call jump ball on the play on Donnie Katz, it'll be Maccabees ball. 7:50 left to play here in the first half. Once again, winner plays on Sunday against the winner of Purchase and Sarah Lawrence. Donnie Katz for 3. No good from Katz.
Yeah, I think Coach Twomey here is playing the percentages, looking at his sheet, saying anyone who I don't think can beat me, I'm going to let them shoot from outside, and anyone who I think can beat me, I'm going to be in their face guarding them the entire time.
Brendan Twomey in his 7th season as Farmingdale State head coach. Just a year longer than Coach Steinmetz for the Macs. Here goes Halpert to Halpert for 3. Give him 3, that's Eitan Halpert. So the Macs extend their lead to 24-17.
And that's a tough matchup for the big man there, number 12, Deshaun Todman. He wants to stay at home in that paint. Eitan Halpert forcing him to come out, and that's why there was extra space for Halpert to squeeze that 3-point shot in there.
Miller Jr. goes up with it. No good, though, and it's sent down to Terrell. Terrell fouled on his way up. And he's going to scare me every time. Every single time he goes up, he's going to scare me, and that time falling. But coming up with a smile on his face. I think everyone kind of gasped a little bit there, but all good in the hood, as they say.
Rightfully so, David. Ryan Terrell, an important piece to this Maccabees roster. We do want him to be as healthy as he could possibly be. Terrell 79% from the line so far this season. As he hits that one there.
Whenever one more shot in makes it, is now his percentage.
Correct. That's actually 5th in the SKYLINE Conference. As we mentioned earlier, Anthony Miller 1st, and actually the suspended Hunter Schenkel is 3rd. So you got a lot of good free throw shooters in this game. As Terrell finishes off the 2 free throws.
26-17 Maccabees, 6:45 left to play. We'd like to thank you for tuning in with us on this Thursday night, end of February. It's a fun time of year for Max Live. This could be the most coverage we've ever had in Max Live history, potentially. We'll have the Sarachek tournament on our station in just a few weeks. Terrell sent down to him. He goes up. Jermaine Freezer, though, getting in his way. Kennedy, he's got space for 3. No good, but he gets his own rebound, sends it down to Freezer. He's denied by Halpert, but they'll call the foul. Crowd not liking that one.
And that's going to be Simcha Halpert's 2nd foul. Decision time here for Coach Steinmetz with 6:08 left in the first half. Looks like he's probably going to sub out Simcha Halpert, and that is not how you get a shooter in rhythm with him on the bench. Farmingdale State loves to see that. Fraser shooting 70% from the line this season.
No good from Frazier. Ofek Reef comes in for Simcha Halpert, who had 2 fouls in the first half.
And he is not on the board yet. He's not on the board, Simcha Halpert, and him on the bench is not going to help that statistic. They're going to call foul on number 15, Fraser, or excuse me, a lane violation. That's going to give the ball to Max. That free throw is as if it was never shot.
So 6:07 left to play in this first half. Maccabees 26, Rams 17. Ofek Reef in the game for the Max now. Joined by Terrell Leifer, Katz, and Halpert of the Aton variety.
David, I just want you to acknowledge how much space they are giving Donnie Katz on the outside. It might be in his head. They're daring him to shoot. He wants to shoot it, but I don't know how his confidence is when the other team is basically telling you, we don't think you can shoot it.
Well, I'm just a play-by-play guy, but if you ask me, Donnie Katz, if given the opportunity, will shoot. Not necessarily going to hit every time, so it's a good look from defenses. Maybe I can do color next game. There goes Terrell. No good. So lead stays at 9 for the Max. 5:30 left to play. Sanat, the big guy, goes up. No good, but taken back by Ryan Kennedy. 2 straight offensive rebounds for Kennedy, but taken back by Leifer. Given to Terrell. Terrell! Gives Ryan Terrell 2 more! Ryan Terrell brings the roof down here at the Max Stern Athletic Center.
And no one likes it more than his brother Jack Terrell, just right in front of us, waving his terrible towel for those football fans.
Here goes Kennedy in response. Ooh, no good. Taken out by Fraser, no good again. Now by Sanat, and he'll be fouled. Ryan Terrell causing a lot of ruckus in this building, making the crowd get to their feet.
David, we talked about this in the pregame. The Max have to box out on defense. They've had a lot of offensive rebounds to this point, have Farmingdale State, and is going to extra shot opportunities is not what the Max want to see. And Farmingdale State's they're going to hit these shots if they keep getting the opportunities. Something to look out for.
Sanat goes up, gets fouled, gives 2 to Farmingdale State. So they're down by 9. He can make it 8 if he sinks this one.
And once again, Gabe Leifer, 2 fouls in about 20 seconds, and he's going to have to sit presumably for the rest of the half as well. Farmingdale State doing an excellent job forcing the Max best players to play defense. They do say if you want to tire out someone offensively, you make them work on defense, and they're doing just that. So not at the line to finish off the 3-point play.
So now we'll see how the Rams respond to 2 of the Max top players on the bench. Farmingdale sporting Kennedy, Miller, Frazier, Sanat, and Platt. Max have Aton Halpert, Terrell, Reef, Malabsky, and Donnie Katz on the floor. 4:19 left to play. Maccabees have an 8-point lead. Katz wide open for 3. No good, but Malabsky, the big guy, coming getting the rebound. Malabsky now for 3. Yes! Caleb Malabsky puts the Max up by 11.
Yeah, so Coach Twomey letting Donnie Katz shoot as well as Malabsky. Malabsky, though, 35% from downtown. That is not a bad statistic for him. And he'll hit that more often than not.
They're going to call an offensive foul on Sanat.
And Sanat's got 2 fouls now, battling for position down low on Donnie Katz. Just a little bit of a hook to get space. Coach Twomey not happy with that call.
So 3:40 left to play. Max up by 11 in this SKYLINE Conference semifinal. 31-20 with 3:26 left to play. Want to thank all the hard work of our crew here who got us instant replay going tonight. So I'm sure you were able to see Ryan Terrell's dunk on repeat. As Frazier, big move on Malopsky. Malopsky pleading his case there, thought maybe there was some action on the play, but to no avail.
That's Frazier's first bucket of the game. He was 0 for 5 to this point, being stymied by Gabe Leifer at the rim. He's on the bench. Frazier's on the board. Coincidence? I think not.
They'll call the foul.
That's going to put the Max in the 1-and-1 in the bonus, the single bonus.
It's going to be on Platt. At the half in Purchase. Purchase finds himself up by 13, 37-24 on Sarah Lawrence. Once again, if you're tuning in, 2:48 left to play. 31-22 Maccabees. David Schwartzman along with Zach Tuchman. And if we're fortunate enough to be playing on Sunday, you'll be hearing the stylings of our very own Yehoshua Siegel and Jacob Dower as they try to talk us through a stressful Sunday championship game if it comes to it. Otherwise, if Farmingdale wins, I'm not sure if the Rams live stream will be calling on the duo to call the game. Wouldn't be surprised. They're a talented duo. Sanat goes up. Wanted the foul from Terrell, but...
And what do you know, Dave? That's 2 fouls on Ryan Terrell as well. 2:37 left to play. What is Coach Steinmetz going to do? It's not very often we see all 3 of the big 3 for the Max on the bench at the same time, and it does not... Oh, Tyler Hode coming in, potentially checking for Ryan Terrell. So, Dave, I want to ask you, who is the offense going to go through with these 3 on the bench?
Well, I think Ofek Reef is one of the most undervalued players maybe in the conference. So I'm very excited to see how this plays out. A lot of future talent on the floor right now for the Maccabees. We are looking at the future right now. Granted, Donnie Katz and Tyler Hode, who are both seniors, are on. But Malobsky, Reef, and Halpert are the ones highlighting the floor right now. So this could be a glimpse into the future for the Maccabees.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with more about that comment about Ofek Reef. A little bit undervalued because he's a freshman, 6th man. Doesn't always get the credit he deserves, but he is an unbelievably gifted offensive player.
Let's go Max chance from the crowd. Halpert for 3. Yes! Eitan Halpert, his second tray of the night. 36-24 Max with 2:16 left to play.
Hey Dave, we're talking percentages. He's the best three-point shooter on this Max team. Almost 52% from downtown. I'd be number 1 in the nation if he was qualified in amount of attempts.
Malopsky thought he got all ball. They'll say no.
And that's going to be to Malopsky as well. Seemingly every player on the Max with 2 fouls in this first half. Coach Steinmetz pretty far onto the court, very unlike him. It's not liking what's going on so far.
It's unlike the Max to be in this type of foul situation.
100%, Dave.
But we are where we are. Miller hits it.
And like we said, he's the last guy the Max want to see at the line. He's lived up to my hype earlier in today's game. He's now 4 for 4 at the line. So far, 87% on the year.
We're fortunate enough to be joined by VIPs in front of us. Yehoshua Siegel being one of them. Under 2 minutes to go. 36-26 Maccabees. As both of these squads look to play one more day. Max looking for their 26th straight win. Pats out to Halpert for 3. No good, but Reef comes down with the rebound. He goes up. No good. Off of Reef's head. Taken back by Malopsky.
Yeah, they got to reset it to 20.
They'll reset the shot clock to 20. Smart whistle from the ref.
Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max!
Dave, so to answer your question, Eitan Halpert looks like he's trying to run the show over here. A couple of shot attempts from him. He's done it before at the high school level, leading his Shellheaven Firehawks almost single-handedly to a win over Frisch in the Tier 1 championship in 2017.
10 seconds left on the shot clock. Katz, another three. Yes! Donnie Katz took him 3 tries, but now you can give him 3.
With Donnie Katz, that's 25% of the night from downtown. Coach Twomey might have to adjust his strategy now after he hits that one.
Powell to Kennedy. Kennedy, who the Max really wanted to quiet tonight with Hunter Schenkel on the bench. They'll say Frazier got fouled by Malopsky.
That's number 3 on Malopsky, double bonus for Farmingdale. And now for sure he's going to hit the bench as Kevin Boker is set to check in.
Kevin Boker considered to be a defensive specialist for this Max squad. Frazier misses. Frazier hits. 39-27 Maccabees, just under a minute to play here in the first half. Kevin Boker seeing time tonight. Sent in to Halpert, who was, they'll say, got tripped.
It's going to put the Max to the line.
That was Deshaun Todman. So the Max, who had a little bit of a quiet half last game, quiet first half, will have at least 39 heading into this one. It'll be 40.
And Eitan Halpert, 9 points so far in this first half, leading the second unit, we can call it. He comes in only averaging 3.9 points per game. That is a big jump in a big-time game, Eitan Halpert.
And Halpert misses the second. Anthony Miller Jr. takes out for the Rams. 33 seconds left to play here in the first half. Defense chance erupting from this Yeshiva crowd. Miller Jr. driving. Gives it to Todman, who throws it down. Deshaun Todman, clock running. No one took the ball for the Max. Given it to Tyler Hode. 13 seconds left here in the first half. Hode driving, going in. Gives the ball to Donnie Katz for 3. Yes! Donnie Katz ends the first half with thunder. When we come back, we'll break down the first half for you, and we'll look forward to what's going to come in the second half. It's David Schwartzman, Zach Tuchman, coming to you from the Max Athletic Center. We'll see you soon.
At the PMR Center, we strive to find the right physical therapy and hand therapy program for you. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Nahum Siegel.
And I'm Miriam L. Wallach.
With a reminder from all of us at NSN that in the World Zionist Congress elections, a vote for the Orthodox Israel Coalition, slate number 4, is a vote to strengthen the soul of the Jewish nation.
If you're over 18, go to voteoic.org and have a say in the future of the Jewish people.
Vote now.
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Many patients respond well to progressive physical therapy. PM&R, the proud sponsor of the YU Maccabees men's basketball team. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
For the first time ever, Yeshiva University will open their season in California.
And the 2019-2020 men's basketball season for Yeshiva is underway.
Division III Yeshiva University.
Like for the baseline pass to Reef, who's wide open.
Brings it around the world for a layup.
He's picked up their second win in less than 24 hours.
The Macs have now won 3 in a row. Home opener, here we go. Viper over to Terrell. Terrell dunks in! And what a start to the home opener for the YU Maccabees. Simcha Alper, long three! He's got it! Here's Reef, goes all the way and dunks it home.
Macs are taking their show on the road to Eastern Connecticut.
Now Halper from the top of the key. It's goal!
New franchise record. The Macs are now 10-1.
Tyler Ho to 3. Count the bucket!
Macs have now won 11 in a row.
And this one will count if it goes!
Whoa!
Yes, it does!
What an unbelievable season the Macs are putting together.
Gabe Leifer, that's 1,000.
The Yeshiva University Maccabees have extended their win streak to 14
For
games.
the first time ever, Yeshiva is nationally ranked at number 24. The Macs haven't lost since their season opener. They've now moved up to number 22.
Congratulations to Coach Steinmetz on his 100th career victory.
Tyler gets inside pass to Donnie Catch. Nice assist by Tyler Ho to Donnie Catch. He gets double team behind the back pass to Caleb Velocity. 94 to 59, number 21 in this win streak.
They're now number 17 in the nation.
Now to Terrell for 3. Yes! Terrell! 1,000 points in his young career. 24 in a row, a SKYLINE Conference record.
Make sure to follow along with us throughout the playoffs.
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch, like really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together.
My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines.
The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Since its inception in 1986, the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Whether you want to get back to playing sports again or simply walk around pain-free, the PMR Center is here for you. We'll help you feel like yourself again. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Did you know that 90% of low back pain and sciatica can be treated without surgery? After a detailed evaluation, our physical therapists use gentle, hands-on techniques to alleviate most forms of low back pain. Our physicians have expertise in medication management, as well as a variety of interventional techniques, including trigger point injections. By utilizing a combination of these options, we can help you today. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey. The Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Emphasis is placed on manual techniques and individualized home exercise programs. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey. At the PMR Center, we strive to find the right physical therapy and hand therapy program for you. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Nachum Siegel.
And I'm Miriam L. Wallach.
With a reminder from all of us at NSN that in the World Zionist Congress elections, a vote for the Orthodox Israel Coalition, slate number 4, is a vote to strengthen the soul of the Jewish nation.
If you're over 18, go to voteoic.org and have a say in the future of the Jewish people.
Vote now.
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Many patients respond well to progressive physical therapy. PM&R, the proud sponsor of the YU Maccabees men's basketball team. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. It's the Max up 43-29 at halftime against the Farmingdale State Rams. My name's David Schwartzman, along with me, Zach Tuchman, to my right. Zach, what did we see from the Maccabees? What did they do right in the first half?
I think the Maccabees attacked Farmingdale State very well. I think they locked down their shooters, didn't let Ryan Kennedy get in a rhythm like we've seen him do so many times before. And I think their defense has been playing really well so far, and that has helped them get to their 14-point lead.
Obviously, not a perfect half for this Max team. What do they need to fix going into half number 2?
So I think we talked about in the pregame. Farmingdale State, an unbelievable team on the glass. YU has given up too many second chance opportunities. They've been fortunate that Farmingdale State has not converted. A few more of those shots go in. We're looking at a much closer ball game than we have right now.
Max found themselves in foul trouble. What do they have to do to clean that up for the second half?
So, I mean, we're going to see how Coach Thomas is going to play this. Traditionally, a player with 2 fouls that goes to the bench for the remainder of the first half. They usually start him in the second half if they're a starter, but they got to be careful. Let's see if Farmingdale State could take advantage, try to take it at them, make them pick up those 3rd and 4th fouls. And if so, we might be in a very interesting situation that the Max have not been used to playing with.
Farmingdale finding themselves down by 14 heading into half number 2. What do they have to do to get to climb their way back into this one?
So I think a lot of times shooters they just have to keep shooting. Farmingdale State has a bunch of great 3-point shooters, Ryan Kennedy included. and they've only been 2 for 8 in the first half. Farmingdale State averages 8.7 3-pointers made per game. 2 is well below that average. We've even seen them make 19 3-pointers in one game this season, and I think if they keep shooting, shots will eventually fall, and they will be able to get back in the game that way.
Half number 2 from the Max Stern Athletic Center. Coming to you in just a few. We'll be back after this.
For the first time ever, Yeshiva University will open their season in California.
And the 2019-2020 men's basketball season for Yeshiva is underway.
Division III Yeshiva University. Right for the baseline pass to Reef, who's wide open.
Brings it around the world for a layup.
Pick up their second win in less than 24 hours.
The Max have now won 3 in a row.
Home opener, here we go. Viper over to Terrell. Terrell dunks it in, and what a start to the home opener for the YU Maccabees.
Simcha Halper, long three, he's got it! Here's Reef, goes all the way and dunks it home.
Max are taking their show on the road to Eastern Connecticut.
Now Halper for the top of the key, it's goal!
New franchise record, the Max are now 10-1.
Tyler Ho to 3, count the bucket!
Max have now won 11 in a row.
And this one will count if it goes!
Whoa!
Yes, it does!
What an unbelievable season the Max are putting together. Gabe Lifer, that's 1,000.
The Yeshiva University Maccabees have extended their win streak to 14 games.
For the first time ever, Yeshiva is nationally ranked at number 24. The Max haven't lost since their season opener. They've now moved up to number 22. Congratulations to Coach Steinmetz on his 100th career victory.
Tyler gets the inside pass to Donnie Catch. Nice assist by Tyler Ho to Donnie Catch. He gets double team behind the back pass to Caleb Velocity. 94 to 59, number 21 in this win streak.
They're now number 17 in the nation.
Now to Terrell for 3. Yes! Terrell! 1,000 points in his young career.
24 in a row, a SKYLINE Conference record. Make sure to follow along with us throughout the playoffs.
My story started with a letter in the mail. I took my first steps in New York and felt the energy all around me.
I connected with my Rebbe on the first day of Shir.
My story was learning that the mitochondria is more than just the powerhouse of the cell.
I made my painting from scratch. Like, really from scratch.
My roommates came here from 4 different countries. We lit one menorah together.
My story was practice every night.
Chavruta every night.
Subway rides, city lights.
In my story, my name was in the headlines.
The bylines.
The University Museum.
My story was my internship at the Supreme Court.
Dancing with the Israeli flag in Times Square.
My story was participating in the only hackathon, not on Shabbat.
The Career Center found me my first job at a top business analytics firm.
My story was becoming best friends with my chavruta.
And holding that NCAA trophy.
My story started here.
My story is just beginning.
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Since its inception in 1986, the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Whether you want to get back to playing sports again or simply walk around pain-free, the PMR Center is here for you. We'll help you feel like yourself again. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Max Stern Athletic Center on this Thursday night. My name's David Schwartzman. I'm joined by Zach Tuchman. It's the Yeshiva University Maccabees, who are leading the Farmingdale State Rams 43-29 heading into the second half. And one half stands in the way of destiny for this Maccabees team, who want to make 3 straight SKYLINE Conference championships. Sellout crowd in Rubin Hall. Believe that there are viewing parties in several areas of the university. So a shout out to all those watching from those areas. We're sorry you can't be here with us tonight, but hopefully we will all be able to celebrate together.
Yeah, so David, we said it at halftime. Simcha Halpert, Ryan Terrell, Gabe Leifer all playing with 2 fouls back on the court. We'll see if Farmingdale can attack them and make them pick up their 3rd foul, potentially sending them to the bench for an extended period of time.
Go Max chance, and we're underway. 43-29 Max to start off this second half. Sanat goes up, gives 2 for Farmingdale, so they get on the board a lot quicker here in the second half. Sanat joined by Powell, Platt, Kennedy, and Frazier. It's Baraloof who's joined by Terrell, Katz, Halpert, and Leifer for the Max. Terrell up with it. That's easy for him. He responds. It's 45-31 Maccabees.
That's a tough shot from Ryan Terrell. 2 defenders on him. Still buries it. Max up 14.
Shout out to Shelly Steinmetz, grandfather of Coach Elliot Steinmetz, who I believe is watching from Florida as he always does. Sanat, the big boy who we know can shoot, sinks 2.
And Sanat has come out strong in the second half. He had an extended rest with 2 fouls at the end of the first half as well.
So Baraloof.
Baraloof steps out of bounds there. That's going to give the ball back to the Rams. Down only 12.
Rams trying to inch their way back into this one. Both teams trying to advance to the SKYLINE Conference Championship. As Sanat, once again. And now it's a 10-point deficit for Farmingdale. 18:35 left to play in the second half.
I think Coach Twomey's message is very clear at halftime. Give the ball to the big man Sanat and let him go to work. 6 straight points to start the half.
Here goes Leifer to Katz. Down low, back out to Leifer, but they're going to call a travel on Donnie Katz.
Farmingdale State's come out much better than the first half. They probably didn't have their 6th point until almost halfway through the first half. They've reached that in about a minute and a half here so far. It's exactly the adjustments Coach Twomey wanted to see.
Kennedy, the 3-point man of Farmingdale State. Sanat goes up, and wow, what a start for Dominique Sanat in this second half. Gets Farmingdale within 10.
And you see this chess match from Coach Steinmetz saying we need the bigger body Malobsky. He's set to check in at the next whistle. 4 straight buckets for Sanat to start.
Leifer thought about a 3, sends it to Baraloof, who gives the 3. That's just off, but the rebound king, Leifer, gets it, goes up, and puts it in. Give Gabe Leifer 2. Lead back up to 10 for the Max. Defense. Gabe Leifer, who had been quiet. I think I jinxed him earlier on in the first half. But he's now finds himself back on the board. Kennedy plowing his way through, puts in 2. Lead back down to 8 for the Max.
Yeah, Dave, I don't know if you remember when it was 9-2 Max. Gabe Leifer had 7 of those points. This is the first point since then for Leifer.
Donnie Katz, here goes Leifer for 3. Off the mark for Leifer.
And let's see if they can try to get Kennedy going. He drove past Terrell last time. Let's see if he can get going from behind the arc now. Shooters need to see the ball go through the net. And let's see if he can continue.
Sanat again, that's good. Dominique Sanat, and the Farmingdale bench is loving it. Coach Riefenstahl telling them to keep going, and what a start for this Farmingdale Rams team.
5 for 5 out of the half for Dominique Sanat. Could not have scripted a better start to the second half for the Farmingdale State Rams. Lead down to 6 in just over 3 minutes. Coach Steinmetz needs to talk some things over during this timeout.
Not the kind of start that the Max wanted to the second half. And a lot of talk after Tuesday night's game was lack of noise in this place. It's been a little bit quiet tonight too.
Yeah,
Packed to the brim?
Yeah, I think so, Dave. Luckily for us, we didn't have this presence on Tuesday, but we have Mrs. Terrell in the crowd leading the chants. Always a pleasant sight to see her, and she always makes sure her voice is heard. Her and her son seem to be having a little bit of a dance-off during the break.
Jack Terrell, former YU Mac, usually finds himself sitting right in front of us, along with Max Live fan favorite Morty Leifer, father of Gabe.
And Jack trying to lead the troops here. David, YU doesn't play in so many close games so often. This is going to test their mental toughness right about now. Let's see how they respond to this Farmingdale State run.
So 47-41 Maccabees. 16:40 left to play in this contest. Simcha Halpert given to Aloof. Down to Malobsky, who loses it. And taken back by Farmingdale now.
It was a good idea by Bar Aloof. Good positioning. Malobsky just couldn't handle it. A little too hot to handle. Farmingdale can continue to cut into this max lead, only down 6.
Sanat, who's got hot hands, puts it up. That's no good. Ryan Terrell comes down with the rebound. 16:07 left to play here in the second half.
And Max are hoping that miss will cool him down. He has been scorching to start the second half.
Malobsky guarded by the hot Sanat. Aloof goes in, sends it to Malobsky for 3. No good. Taken down by Sanat himself. Caleb Malobsky, the big man who's not afraid to take a 3. Here goes Powell. No good. But Tuchman gets the rebound. That's over to Platt. Platt driving, sends it to Powell. Powell goes up. They're going to say he's fouled by Leifer.
That's going to be his 3rd. He went straight up. Crowd does not like it. What is Coach Steinmetz going to do here? Only up by 6. Is big man in foul trouble, and the Rams on the run.
So Powell gets 2 shots from the line. 15:24 left to play in this SKYLINE Conference semifinal. And when things seem to be going badly, the opposing team will hit their foul shots just like Corey Powell did.
Yeah, freshman Corey Powell, pressure-packed situation. He shoots about 67% from the line. Let's see if he can hit this one as well to cut the lead to 4.
So the Maccabees, who led at one point by 14, could be facing an even smaller lead, and they do, so it's a 4-point lead for the Macs. 47-43, 15:20 left to play. Eitan Halpert to Malobsky.
Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max!
Eitan Halpert for 3, no good, taken by Malobsky, that's good. Caleb Malobsky puts in 2.
Malobsky, right place, right time, cleaning up the trash. Putting the Max up by 6. That is a huge bucket for the Max momentum.
Defense chants coming from the crowd, as that's easy for Frazier. Big response from the Rams. Ryan Kennedy almost took it away from Terrell. Spins to Halpert. Eitan out to Malobsky. And now they'll call the foul on Platt, as frustration ensues for this Maccabees team, who were at one point again up by 14, find themselves only up by 4.
And Anthony Miller Jr., who had an excellent first half with 12 points, checking back in. David, the dilemma on defense here is you want to have one of your better players, Leifer, in, but he can't pick up a 4th foul, so I don't know if you saw the last time, Frazier easily faked him out, and Leifer cannot really make any contact or challenge that shot.
And they'll have to keep Leifer in for his obvious offensive prowess. They're going to call the foul on the floor on Malobsky. Excuse me, he got fouled. And they'll call it on Frazier. So 49-45 Maccabees, 14-18 left to play in this semifinal. As it's stripped from Terrell, but Kennedy touches it last as it goes out. Both teams trying to secure some sort of momentum.
And so we talked about in the first half, Ryan Terrell, big size advantage on Ryan Kennedy, trying to rise up over him, a couple inches size advantage. I'd like to see him maybe go to the post, draw the double, and kick or finish himself. Let's see what they could draw up on this end.
Farmingdale doing an excellent job so far to start off this half, and that was led by Dominique Senat. He's got 17 this game.
Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max! Let's go, Max!
Halpert for 3, no good.
Well, listen, Dave, I don't think YU is used to the defense they're playing. I couldn't exactly tell, but it looked like they might have been playing a box and one, maybe even a triangle two on that one. Off to see the next time down.
So Miller Jr. slowing things down for Farmingdale.
Defense! 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 Defense!
Sends it out to Powell.
Defense!
Powell, they'll say, took one too many steps. So it's Macabee's ball. 13:36 left to play here in this contest. Terrell to take for the Max.
That looks like just straight man-to-man, David. I might have misspoke.
Halpert to Terrell. Up with it. No good. Max just have not been able to find the touch so far this half. As a timeout called by Anthony Miller Jr. So Farmingdale State coming out storming. They cooled off just a tad, but again, they still find themselves only down 4. And as you said so brilliantly, the Macs have not found themselves in this situation pretty much at all this season. So a little bit of a unique situation, a lot of foul issues, and also only up by 4. What can they do now to kind of weather the storm and maybe bring it a little more comfort to this Max faithful?
So I don't know if this is a little bit contradictory, David. The Macs like to go up and down the court, but it looks like right now they're just playing a little bit too fast for themselves. I know the Macs like to play really fast, but just taking your time, getting a good open shot is what the Macs like to do. They're number 1 in the country in field goal percentage, and they have just been rushing and taking poor shots so far to start the second half, and that has allowed Farmingdale State to come back into this game. Another note, David, averaging over 17 points per game, Simcha Halpert yet to score. I don't know if it's the foul trouble. He's actually out of the game right now as well, but when he's not providing that scoring punch, Max need to look elsewhere. Now his brother Eitan has tried to step up. As we noted earlier, he's got 9. But the Max are going to need a little bit more out of Simcha if he gets the opportunity.
So Powell inbounding for the Rams. Eitan Halpert trying to bring it back to the Maccabees, but he hits it out of bounds. 13-13 left to play. Max up 49-45.
The spark plug Ofek Reef is first action in the second half. Max need it. Let's see if he can provide it.
Defense chants now getting louder and louder. The hot man, Senat, back in the game. As he sinks it, brings Farmingdale now within 2. Molobsky, foul number 4, and this is really starting to spell trouble for the Macs.
Dave, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 6 for 7 to start the half for Senat. I can't tell you the last time I've seen a player come out and perform like this in such limited time. Only 7 minutes into the half. He's already got 12, trying to make it 13. He's at 19 for the game. Putting the team on his back. It's from 14 down to 2, maybe 1 here.
And it will not be 1. It'll maintain at 2. Missed by Senat. Eitan Halpert brings it up for the Macs, who don't seem to be so comfortable right now. Halpert for three. No good. He has just not been able to find it right now. No one on the Max has. And Farmingdale looking to potentially get their first taste at a tie game since this one was 0-0 and even maybe a first lead. Miller Jr. No good, but Tuchman comes down with it. As Tuchman ties it up, so it's 49-49. We've got a brand new ball game. 12-11 left to play here in this second half.
Okay, this is when your superstars need to step up. See what the Max can do. Feeding Terrell to start the possession.
Halpert for three. No good. So that's, I believe, 4 straight misses from Eitan Halpert from three.
Dave, I'm telling you, he's a good shooter. Farmingdale does not want to leave him open from there. He is going to make them pay sooner rather than later.
So 49-49, Farmingdale wants to take their first lead of the night. Sanat. Miller for three, that's good! Farmingdale State up 52-49 with 11:18 left to play here in this contest.
This Max crowd is absolutely stunned right now, Dave. Let's see how the Maccabees can respond. Maybe give the crowd a little bit something to cheer for. Simcha Halpert sets a check back in. Dave, I'm going to say it again. If you're a senior on this team, you're a leader on this team, this is your time to step up. I want to see Simcha Halpert put a shot up. Dave, we said he doesn't have any points. He hasn't taken a shot yet in this game. That's unbelievable. Simcha Halpert.
And an ill-advised pass from Leifer. Sanat out to Miller Jr. Sanat goes up. No good, taken down by Leifer. A little bit of momentum now for this Max team. They find themselves down by 3. Halpert.
Dave, I think I'm going to settle on the triangle in 2. I'm not even 100% sure, but it looks like they're playing man-to-man on Simcha Halpert for sure, and they look like they're playing man-to-man at Ryan Terrell as well. Everyone else seems to be playing a zone. That's what they call a triangle in 2. 2 people in a man, 3 people in a zone. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, you're the color guy. Halpert for 3. That's good! Give Eitan Halpert 3. Give the Max 3 and make it a tie game. It's 10 left to play here in the second half, 52-52.
Now we said it earlier, Eitan's gonna make you pay sooner rather than later, and the crowd is excited by that one.
Going in on Leifer, take it back. Ofek Reef, and they're gonna call the foul on Ofek.
The crowd does not like that one. Dominique Sanat does like that one. Ofek Reef was trying to spurt the fast break. That's just a note on that last possession. The triangle in 2 is a great defense. The problem is a lot of space for shooting for the people not guarded by the man-to-man, and that is exactly why you see Eitan Halpert wide open for 3 time and time again. If he keeps hitting those, they're going to have to switch out of it.
Here goes Sanat. Yes! Sanat travels. So it's Maccabees ball.
Crowd starting to get into this one. Another shot here, they might explode.
So things starting to feel like they're turning just a little bit. Crowd's really into it.
Coach Twomey sensing that. Gonna talk things over. He's not at a shortage of timeouts. Gonna make sure they know exactly what they're doing on defense, exactly what they're doing on offense, and just try to quiet down the crowd because they're ready to cheer for their Max in a tie game.
Well, half the gym's on their feet. And that's going to be a momentum killer. Good timeout call by Farmingdale. Going to be interesting to see how these last 9:54 play out. What looked to be not so intense just about 20-25 minutes ago is turning into a nail-biter here at the Max Stern Athletic Center.
And David, I think it's exactly what we said. Farmingdale was getting good opportunities in the first half. They just couldn't convert. You see in the second half, they're just converting them. The more shots you take, it usually goes back to the mean. So Max were making a lot, they miss more, and then it evens out on both sides, and now we have a tie game.
So here we go. Crowds on their feet. Maccabees found themselves down 3. They're back in it though, and with a tie game. Out to Halpert for 3. No good. Now here goes Farmingdale. Miller Jr. with the ball just under halfway through the second half. They're going to call the foul on Terrell.
That's his third. He's got to be careful now as well. Him and Leifer both with 3. Simply Halpert's only got 2 from the first half. But once again, he has not taken a shot yet. Great defense by the Rams. That's going to be a little bit of an illegal screen. Jermaine Frazier is trying to free up his teammates. Didn't do so in the acceptable fashion. Now he's got 4 fouls. He's going to sit for a little while until Coach Tuchman wants to put him back in, but that is the #1 rebounder on this team. See if the Max can take advantage inside.
So Tuchman and Sanat still on the floor for Farmingdale State. They'll have to provide the size. Simcha Halpert is on the floor. He's got none. They're going to call the foul on Tuchman. That's Ofek Reef.
And Ofek Reef forcing the issue, putting his defender in an uncomfortable situation. He draws the foul. That's a great play. That's the 6th foul on the Rams. The next foul, or excuse me, the rest of the way, it's free throws for the Max. Next one's going to be 1-on-1.
So it's Max ball. Gabe Leifer to Reef. Reef going in. No good. Tipped back up. No good again. So 8:46 left to play here in this contest. 52-52. It's a SKYLINE Conference rivalry. It's the Maccabees and the Rams. They've seen each other each of the past 3 years in these playoffs. It's one win for each, and we'll see who comes away with the win tonight. There goes Powell for 3. That's good. Corey Powell puts it in and brings the lead back up to 3 for the Farmingdale State Rams with 8:20 left to play.
Wow, clutch play from the freshman. 37% from beyond the arc. Probably the most important shot of his career to this point, I would say, David. And it's going to put the Rams up by 3 with 8:17 to go.
So 8:16 left to play. 55-52 in favor of the Rams. Kennedy for 3. That's good. Lead extended to 6 for Farmingdale, their biggest lead of the night.
Got to respect the jumper of Kennedy. Pump fakes once, defender goes flying, and he's got the open shot right afterwards. 6-point lead, biggest lead of the night.
Halpert in response. Eitan Halpert. Timeout called by YU.
Eitan Halpert, 15 points now, 4 for 10 from downtown. I'm sure he hasn't taken this many threes in the game before, but he's done a great job here tonight, 40%. Max might need a couple more than him.
So a nail-biter here. Farmingdale State, who is down by as much as 14, finds themselves up by 3 with 7:44 left to play in this contest. Not really what the Max expected tonight, but they find themselves in foul trouble. They're going to have to find a way through it. So on the floor for the Max, it's Terrell, Leifer, Halpert, and Reef. Terrell currently has 3 fouls. Leifer has 3 fouls, and Simcha Halpert has 2 fouls.
And Bolobsky with 4 still on the bench.
So they're going to be walking on glass.
And keep in mind, Jermaine Frazier also with 4 fouls on the bench for the Rams. So foul trouble will be big down the stretch.
Once again, this Rams team missing Hunter Schenkel. That'll be jump ball.
Rams teammates pulling Sanat. Don't want any more scuffles after last game. But you love to see the heart from these Max players. Some of these seniors, this could be their last 7-28. We hope not, but
from what I've seen, the Max have been taking a lot of threes and missing a lot of threes when I think they should probably be attacking down low, drawing some fouls, and getting back into the game that way.
100%. A lot of times they talk about the motto, you live by the 3, you die by the 3. The Max are the 6th best shooting 3-point team in the country, shooting almost 40% from downtown. They've shot a lot, they've made a lot, but sometimes when you go cold, you go cold.
Here goes Halpert for 3, no good. Miller goes up with it, no good. Taken down by Halpert and hits it out of bounds. But they'll say it was off Farmingdale. Don't let them take a look at our replay.
Yeah, they're going to talk about that one.
And they'll say it was Farmingdale ball. They won't even have to take a look at our replay.
Good idea by the referees. Talk it over. We want to get the right call. It's the most important thing. And they talk it over. One guy to better view than the other one. Right call, let's play on.
Something that we haven't really talked much about, a lot of turnovers for the Max this half. Arant passes, trying to push their way through. Terrell comes down with the rebound. Max in transition as Simcha Halpert loses the ball, so it'll be Rams ball again.
They're trying to get Simcha Halpert involved. We all want to see him get involved. He has not taken a shot yet to this point.
Powell plowing his way in, taken back by Halpert. They're going to call the foul. As Sanat came hard down on Halpert.
Strong rebound by Simcha Halpert. Really deserved that one, and he's going to head to the line. This is going to be the first time he's put the ball up since warm-ups, David. Let's see if he can shake off some potential rust.
Sanat was looking at that knee. He had a bit of a tumble.
And that's Sanat's 3rd foul, so he's got to be careful.
Here comes Frazier back into the game.
Speaking of fouls, Frazier coming back in with 4. Next one for him, he's going to be disqualified from this contest. And the Max have no one on the line. Simcha Halpert, very reliable.
Halpert sinks it.
Simcha Halpert, 87% from the line. Makes the first one.
Misses the second, so a 2-point lead for Farmingdale. Frazier going in and hits that.
We said it, Gabe Leifer doesn't want to challenge too hard with 3 fouls. Frazier takes advantage.
Leifer taking matters into his own hands. Doesn't get it done. So 6:03 left to play. Farmingdale up by 4, looking to make that more. They'll call the foul on Reef.
We can't fault Ofek for trying to be in the face of Ryan Kennedy. He's hit 2 3-pointers today, and he's a sharpshooter. Ofek just a little bit too close for the referee's comfort.
5:58 left to play.
And that's his third foul as well. Another person to look out for.
Farmingdale ball, 5:48 to play. Sanat back in the game. Kennedy, the sharpshooter. No good, taken by Leifer. Here go the Maccabees. Halpert. 13 points away from Ayal Hode's record. And Leifer's fouled on his way up, so he'll head to the line for 2.
And who's this going to be on, David? Number 5, that's Ryan Kennedy. His first could have gone either way. Frazier's lucky on that one. Leifer to the line for 2.
Tyler Hode, who will check into this game. Sinks it.
David, would you believe me if I told you that was Gabe Leifer's first free throw attempt of the game? That's unbelievable for how much he battles inside.
Around the world and no good. 3-point game for the Rams. President Berman on his feet. He's taken away by Eitan Halpert. Here he goes, he loses the handle, and it's no good. So Eitan Halpert with a big opportunity. And they're going to call the foul on Chaz Platt. So
that's going to do it for Chaz Platt.
4:44 left to play. My heart is racing. It's 60-57 in favor of Farmingdale State.
So a mini timeout here. Chaz Platt, his 5th foul. Going to head to the bench. Who will he be replaced by? We'll see. No free throws on the offensive foul. But the next foul for the Rams is going to put the Macs at the double bonus the rest of the way.
Tyler Hode checked in for the Macs. It's Miller, Sanat, Kennedy, Tuchman, and Powell who represent the Rams. Leifer finds Hode. Thinks about a 3, sends it down to Leifer, down low. He goes up, he's denied though. Taken back by Leifer. Given to Halpert. Gives it to Leifer, 4-3. Yes! Gabe Leifer! Give him 3! And the fans are on their feet. Gabe Leifer down to Hode. Eitan Halpert puts the Macs back up by 2. And this place is going nuts. Eitan Halpert has had his ups and his downs tonight, but gives the Macs a 2-point lead with 3:42 left to play, and this place was going absolutely bonkers.
It really is on our Madison here, Dave. I can't say for sure, we'll have to check the truck on this one, but I believe this is probably Eitan Halpert's career high as a YU Maccabee in the most important time. As you hear the auto chants coming in.
I'm on my feet. Tuchman's on his feet, readjusting a little bit. So this could be on YouTube in 3 years from now as a SKYLINE Conference Classic. Who will end up on top? Defense chants erupting from the Max crowd. Ryan Kennedy trying to lead his team back into the Senat, who really got Farmingdale back into it, and taken back by Halpert. So Max ball as they look to extend their 2-point lead. Terrell puts it up, that's good! Ryan Terrell! And it's a 4-point lead for the Maccabees with 3:11 left to play.
Dave, I really like what Coach Steinmetz did on defense. Senat's been beating you all half. They started to double him, force the pass, and he's turned the ball over a couple straight possessions now.
Now the Max crowd really getting into it. Ryan Kennedy trying to help his squad out. Goes up with it, that's good. Brings Farmingdale back within 2.
Yeah, Kennedy, the senior, does not want to see his career come to an end as well. 2-point game.
So a 2-point lead for the Max. Sent down to Leifer. His head was not up. So Eitan Halpert, who's had a intense and very up and down night. Miscues there. And it's Farmingdale State ball again. Here goes Miller Jr. They're going to call the foul on Halpert. Eitan, his first.
So the next foul for the Max is going to put the Rams in the 1-on-1 bonus. I like the sportsmanship there by Tyler Hode, running right away to help Anthony Miller up. He is not shooting a free throw. He's standing there. I don't know if he knows it yet. Now he does.
Miller Jr. finds Powell. And they'll call the foul on Halpert, Eitan.
Let's see if they call this one on the floor or in the air. It's going to be a big one. 2 shots, the referee's symbols, and a chance to tie it at the line for the freshman Corey Powell.
Let's see how his veins can handle this situation. And he sinks the first one and quiets the crowd.
And Powell's 3 for 3 at the line so far today. The freshman in a raucous crowd, unbelievable composure.
Sinks the second, so we have a 64-64 game. 2:16 left to play here in this contest. Farmingdale looking to pull up the upset of the century. Halpert for 3. No good, taken by Leifer. Leifer goes up. That's good! Gabe Leifer gives the Max a 2-point lead with 1:56 left to play here in this contest. Kennedy for 3, that's good! Ryan Kennedy and the Farmingdale Rams are back up by 1.
That is a crowd silencer.
Terrell goes up, that's good! Max back up by 1.
Eitan Halpert wanted a foul. Terrell, right place, right time there.
So Miller Jr. gives it to Kennedy. Twisting and turning. And they'll call the offensive foul. Tyler Hode doing what he needs to do. And it's 68-67 Maccabees, 1:05 left to play.
Tyler Hode does not play so often, but he is there for his intensity, his energy, and that might be the biggest defensive stand of his career.
Tyler Hode in what could be his last game, making his presence known. Under a minute to play. Max up by 1. Hode driving, gives it to Halpert. Thinks of three, gives it to Leifer. Leifer goes up. He gets fouled on the way up.
Dave, the scoreboard also thought that one was down. They, for a moment, put the score at 70. But that's going to do it for Jermaine Frazier, the second Farmingdale player to foul out. Leifer will get about 30 seconds to think about these free throws.
44.4 seconds left.
Leifer shoots 71% from the line. He's going to have two massive free throws here. We're going to see if it's going to be a 2-point ball game and a 3-point ball game. Something else to note, time and score, David. 30-second shot clock, 44 seconds to go. We're looking at a potentially one more possession each without playing the foul game.
Winner of this game will play Purchase as they beat Sarah Lawrence tonight. That will be on Sunday at 1 o'clock.
Location to be determined.
Location TBD. As Leifer sinks it. So Max leads now 2. And a huge shot coming from Leifer now. Sinks the second. Gabe Leifer. A huge 2 points. Ryan Kennedy going in. Goes up with it, no good. Taken back by the Max. It's Maccabees ball. 25 seconds left. As Simcha Halpert gets fouled and he's gonna head to the line. Zach, what a game this has been. A lot of emotion, a lot of back and forth from what was at one point a 14-point lead for the Maccabees is standing at a 3-point lead. Farmingdale had as much as a 6-point lead in this second half. As the Macs are 21.3 away from their third conference championship in as many years.
David, no one deserves to lose this game. Unbelievable amount of heart has been displayed by both sides. And Simcha Halpert, who else do you want on the line? 87% on the year. Your senior leader, one of your captains. No other person I would want on the line in this situation.
Simcha Halpert, the amount of things he's done for this program and what could be his last night in a Maccabees uniform, he could be the one that decides it.
Yeah, I mean, Halpert here, right now it's a 3-point game. One free throw here is going to extend it to a 2-possession game. That's obviously important. And with 21.3 left to go, teams only have a couple of timeouts remaining. Something to keep in mind, the ball does not advance on a timeout like in the NBA. So, all right.
Halpert sinks it first. So as you said, a 2-possession game. 71-67 Maccabees. Corey Powell having a word with the referee. Halpert sinks the second. So a 5-point lead for the Macs. And they started the clock just a little bit too early.
And it happens more times for the home team than for the road team. Hometown clock keeper. So this is an interesting situation, David. Do you go for the quick 2 and hope for missed free throws, or do you go for the 3-pointer? Always a different coaching tactic per coach. A 3-pointer miss probably ends the game, though, so we'll see what they decide.
I think, well, let's see what happens. Doesn't matter what I think. Miller Jr. out to Sanat. Sanat to Kennedy. 12 seconds left. Kennedy puts up the shot. He's fouled on the way up.
This is going to be a big call if it's going to be 2 or 3 free throws.
It's 2.
2 free throws. Ryan Terrell, his 4th. Let's hope that does not come into play in the last 10.6 of this game. But either way, Ryan Kennedy at the line.
Sinks it. 4-point lead. Timeout for Coach Steinmetz of the Maccabees.
Timeout for the Macs. Coach Steinmetz may be icing the free throw shooter. We see this in other sports. Usually football, sometimes you ice the kicker before a big kick. Maybe get the free throw shooter thinking about things a little bit too much. But I trust Ryan Kennedy here. He's my senior leader. Farmingdale has no timeouts remaining. That's something to think about. So David, I don't know if you remember this from last year. I think it was one of the final regular season games of the season. Correct me if I'm wrong. YU Farmingdale in this gym. Farmingdale was down by a couple points, only a couple seconds to go. A big shot, a steal off an inbounds pass. The Macs ended up losing that game, losing the 1 seed, and ultimately having to go on the road in the championship game last year.
And lose to Farmingdale.
Lose to Farmingdale, of course, in Farmingdale. So a similar situation here. Kennedy makes it a 3-point game. They're going to try to go for the steal, of course, right away. Macs have to take good care of the basketball. You probably want to have your best free throw shooters in the game, and that's what they look like they have on the court right now.
So it's Leifer, Halpert, Terrell, and Hode. Boy, Eitan Halpert has gotten so much playing time tonight.
He's definitely gotten more run than he's used to, and he's come back with his career high of 17.
Gone into Terrell, and he's fouled. So with 9.1 left to play, Terrell heads to the line.
2 shots coming for Ryan Terrell. We said before, 79% from the line. 5th in the conference.
And so before we got to see the veteran Simcha Halpert, now we'll see if the youngster Ryan Terrell has the right ice in his veins. As he puts in the first, and that's huge. So barring a foul on a 3.
Yeah, Max probably will let them just run up and take a shot. Not so much time remaining.
And 6 the second.
But important to not let them roll the ball. That's why Simcha Halpert's up there.
5 seconds left. Ryan Kennedy, 4-3. No good. The Yeshiva University Maccabees, for the 3rd straight year, are going to the SKYLINE Conference Championship. Tears of joy for this Maccabees squad, who extend their win streak to 26 in this nail-biter. What a game, what a classic, what a rivalry.
And man, if this was the semifinals, I can't imagine what we have in store for the finals on Sunday against Purchase College, right here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. Tickets will go on sale shortly.
When we return, we will interview Ryan Terrell and Gabe Leifer. Please stay tuned. I'm sure you want to hear what they have to say.
Did you know that 90% of low back pain and sciatica can be treated without surgery? After a detailed evaluation, our physical therapists use gentle, hands-on techniques to alleviate most forms of low back pain. Our physicians have expertise in medication management, as well as a variety of interventional techniques, including trigger point injections. By utilizing a combination of these options, we can help you today. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey. The Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has been providing its patients with the best possible care of sports, spine, orthopedic, and neuromuscular conditions. Emphasis is placed on manual techniques and individualized home exercise programs. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey. At the PMR Center, we strive to find the right physical therapy and hand therapy program for you. PM&R, the proud sponsor of Yeshiva University Athletics. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
Hi, I'm Nachum Siegel.
And I'm Miriam L. Wallach.
With a reminder from all of us at NSN that in the World Zionist Congress elections, a vote for the Orthodox Israel Coalition, slate number 4, is a vote to strengthen the soul of the Jewish nation.
If you're over 18, go to voteoic.org and have a say in the future of the Jewish people.
Vote now.
If you're living with pain that affects your quality of life, we're here to help. Many patients respond well to progressive physical therapy. PM&R, the proud sponsor of the YU Maccabees men's basketball team. Let us help you reach your goals at one of our 5 locations in New York and New Jersey.
For the first time ever, Yeshiva University will open their season in California.
And the 2019-2020 men's basketball season for Yeshiva is underway.
Division III Yeshiva University. Right for the baseline pass to Reef, who's wide open.
Takes it around the world for a layup.
These pick up their second win in less than 24 hours.
And the Macs have now won 3 in a row. Home opener. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Max Live. A crazy game tonight. I'm joined by Gabe Leifer. Gabe, I said to you today, I want to be transparent. I did say to Gabe today, make sure you're the guy that I'm interviewing at the end of the game, meaning that you put on the performance and you guys won, and you did just that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gabe, you hadn't found yourself down by so much, but you hadn't found yourself down pretty much all season. What was that like? You have even 4 months. I don't think you guys were down in the second half like that. So what mentally, what you guys have to do to overcome that?
To be honest, you got to give credit to Farmingdale. They came out with an excellent game plan. They executed it. They played very well. They held us down. They pounded us in the paint, but it was nerve-wracking being down that much. But we knew that with the players we have and the depth we have, as you can see, Eitan Alper played a heck of a game, and Tyler Hogue came in off the bench, gave us unreal minutes off the bench on defense. And if we just knew if we stuck together as a team and we played together, then we can overcome anything.
You guys happen to have gotten into a little bit of foul issues, a little bit of foul trouble early on. You, as a guy, a big man, down low, what goes through your mind trying to make sure that you can stick in this game?
It's tough because they have big guys down there. As you can see, they pound the paint. They go there a lot. It's tough because one whistle, one bad play, one wrong angle, and you're out of the game. So you just got to make sure that you're in good position at all times and don't let the refs get a call on you.
What's the message to the team going into Sunday?
Just got to continue playing our game. Everyone relax. We haven't had a close game all year. We stick together. We pulled it out. That's all that matters. And I have to give credit to the fans tonight because the fans Tuesday night, it was all right, but this was a real playoff atmosphere, and this is what we've been working for the whole season, and they made it special.
Gabe, congrats on the win. Tune in Sunday. We'll have special coverage. Game is at 1 o'clock. Make sure to come to maxlive.com. Have a great night.